Hello everyone, it is Shakes. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and today I decided to make a video on how to get a Valorant beta drop. Now I decided to make this video because even though there's a lot of videos on it, there's just a bunch of misinformation going on that'll not allow you to get a key or not have a chance, and there's things that you can do to improve your chances, so that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into the facts that you have to understand. And really quick before I get into that, subscribe if you want to. We're so close to 3,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe if this does help you. And the first thing you're going to want to know is never open up multiple tabs. If you have multiple tabs open, Twitch will realize that you have the multiple tabs, and they'll class you as an inactive viewer. And what that means is you can't get a drop because they know that you're not actually watching the stream, so you have to make sure you only have one tab open. Also, it is pretty important to double check that your Riot Games account is connected to your Twitch account, and just go into your settings and then go to your connections tab and then make sure that it is connected, because if it's not, then you have absolutely no chance of getting a drop. So just make sure that. Sometimes it unenables for some reason, so just double check that you have it connected. Another thing that is super important is make sure drops are actually enabled. Sometimes streamers put them in, their title, but it's not actually enabled. For example, Dr. Disrespect did this before for a few days and got a lot of flack for it, but just make sure that drops enabled is actually there. It's not just in the title, it's not just in the tag. Beneath the title and the tag, you're going to see a little cyan drops enabled thing, so you can actually make sure that drops are actually enabled on the stream. So just make sure that is in place for whichever streamer that you're watching. Another useful tip is try to find someone who streams for longer hours, like XQC, who just recently streamed for apparently 27 hours, so you don't have to constantly refresh your stream, or just find someone who you know will host other streamers with drops enabled after they're offline, because some people just go offline while other people just host other streamers with drops enabled, so it'll keep on going, because you don't want to go to sleep with your tabs open and then you figure out they only streamed for 2 hours then went offline, and then therefore you didn't have any opportunity to get drops enabled for the rest of the time. So just make sure you find someone who streams for long hours or host other streamers that have drops enabled. You should also know that following or subscribing to a streamer has no effect on your chances of getting a key, so don't worry about having to do either of those things. They don't change your chances at all. But I'm also pretty sure that putting stuff in chat like an emote or just talking in chat every few minutes or every few hours will give you a little bit of a higher chance, because then Twitch is going to know for a fact that you are active, so that might have an effect. I don't exactly know, nobody really knows on that topic, but I would just do that if you have the ability to. If you actually have the stream open, then just type something in chat every few hours or every few minutes if you have the opportunity. Another strategy that definitely does not work is going to smaller streamers. I see a lot of people think this is a good idea. They go to a smaller streamer who does have drops enabled, like 600, 700, 800 viewers, and they think because it's a smaller streamer they're going to have a higher chance. That isn't actually true. It is nice to support smaller streamers, but at the same time, the way that the system works when it gets a drop, it combines everybody who's watching a Valorant stream that has drops enabled, and they just put everyone in a massive pool and pick randomly from that. It's not like if you have 50k viewers like Summit, you're going to have, a lower chance than someone who has like 800. It all gets put into a massive pool, so then it doesn't really matter who you are watching. Just make sure it's someone who has drops enabled. That's the most important thing. Another thing you should do to make sure you have higher chances is to not minimize the screen. Make sure it is up so it knows that you're actually watching the streams instead of just, farming for keys. So you have to make sure that it is not minimized. That is good. I don't know if that completely cuts it off from being able to get a drop, but I do think that it does definitely make the chances lower. And something that you definitely can't do is you can't mute the Twitch streams. If you do decide to mute your Twitch streams, then it's not actually going to work. Twitch is going to know you're not actually watching, and they're just not going to count you. You're not going to have a chance at getting a drop. So make sure it is not muted when you're watching your Twitch streams. However, while you can't mute the actual stream in Twitch, you can mute the entire, browser if you're watching it in, for example, Chrome. You can mute Chrome in your volume mixer in your sound settings from your PC, so you can always do that if you do not want the stream to be playing 24/7 out of your PC. As I've said before, don't open up multiple streams in one browser, but if you want to try for more than one key, then use a different browser as well as a different Twitch account and Riot account. This is a bit more tedious because obviously you have to make 2 brand new accounts as well as potentially even a new email account to connect them to, but if you really want to improve your chances, this isn't exactly a bad idea. You should also know that it's a pretty bad idea to try to buy keys, because Riot recently said that they might start banning accounts that are being sold, which honestly is pretty unlikely in my opinion, but it still is pretty easy to get scammed because they could easily just change the password or email account or whatever, so just don't buy keys. Another thing you should definitely know is to not lose faith, because the more time you have in the streams, Twitch is going to track your time, so the more time you have, the actually higher chance you have. So if you keep putting in the time, you keep having the tabs open, you're not muting them, you're following all the tips that I've shown you, then you're going to have a higher and higher chance as time goes on. And they've said that they're going to make it all the way to the end of the week, that they're having the drops stay enabled, and it's probably going to go on even further. They've said that chances are they're going to keep drops enabled for, after the week is over, after this beta week, so you can just stay assured that you will get it if you just keep watching the streams and you follow everything that I've shown you in this video, because the more time you have in, the higher chance you have, which is very important. So if you don't have it yet, just stay watching them streams. Don't open any additional tabs or mute anything. Just make sure Twitch can accept you are an actual viewer, and you should get it in no time. And yeah, with all that out of the way, just know that in summer it's going to be free to play, so everybody's going to have the opportunity. So don't get too bent out of shape if you don't get it now, because you can keep watching and you will get a better chance. And even if you don't get it eventually, then you could just eventually play it when the game actually comes out, which will eventually be even more refined. So it's just going to be a better game overall then. So just don't worry, watch some streams, and yeah, hit me up if you have any other questions on this topic. I will be obviously answering every one of your comments. Like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to subscribe, or if you don't. And yeah, like the video if you liked it. See you later, guys. Peace. Did I say like twice, or did I miss one? I don't know. Whatever.